Good evening, class. This is Mrs. Albright, and tonight we are working on Module 3, Lesson 3. And our objective this evening is to use area and perimeter formulas to solve multi-step word problems. And just as a quick review, we talked about perimeter in class. That is the distance around the outside edge of the shape. So we solve this by adding up the length plus the width plus the length plus the width. So that's if it is a rectangle. We are talking about the distance around the outside edge. Area is the surface area of a shape, and we can solve that by calculating the length times the width. So if we have our rectangle, we multiply the length by the width, and we get the whole surface area. So our answers for area problems are always going to be in square units, whether they're feet or inches or meters. Whatever the measurement is, they are squared units.
So let's read this first problem together. It says that Katie cut a piece of wrapping paper that was 2 times as long and 3 times as wide as the box she was wrapping. The box was 5 inches long and 4 inches wide. What is the perimeter of the paper that Katie cut? So I want to think about how can I draw a model to represent this problem. I'm going to start by drawing the box, and it tells me that the box is 5 inches long and 4 inches wide. Now the clues about the wrapping paper is that it is 2 times as long, so I'm going to double the length, add another 5 inches, and it's 3 times as wide, so I'm going to triple the length, making it a total of 12 inches. So the question is, what is the perimeter of the piece of paper that Katie cut? So if we added up the whole perimeter, how big would it be?
So let's read our second problem. It says, Alexis had a piece of red paper that is 4 centimeters wide. Its length is twice its width. She glues a piece of blue paper on top of the red piece, measuring 3 centimeters by 7 centimeters. How many square centimeters of red paper will be visible on top? So this is a problem where I definitely need to sketch it out so I can visualize and see exactly what they're asking me to do. I'm going to start by sketching my piece of red paper. And the problem says that it's 4 centimeters wide. So I'm going to draw my width, and I'm going to label it 4 centimeters. And then it says that its length is twice its width. So I'm going to make it 4 by 4. So this is going to measure a total of 8 centimeters. It's twice as long as it is wide. Now I'm going to go ahead and divide this into my 4 by 8 sections. I'm going to make 4 rows, and we'll make 8 columns. And now we have our red piece of paper. Now it goes on in the problem to say that she glues a piece of blue paper on top of the red piece measuring 3 centimeters by 7 centimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and color that blue, or mark that blue piece of paper. It's 3 centimeters wide by 7 centimeters long. So I'm going to go ahead and color in that whole area. This is our blue piece of paper that is on top of the red one. And the question is saying how many square centimeters of red paper is left visible after gluing the blue paper on top of it. So this is really an area and a subtraction problem. So if I calculate the area for the red piece of paper, I remember my area formula is length times width. So in this case, my red piece of paper is 8 by 4. So that ends up being 32 centimeters squared. The area of my blue piece of paper is 7 centimeters by 3 centimeters. So it's 7 times 3, which equals 21 centimeters squared. So if I take my red piece of paper and I subtract the amount that my blue paper is covering up, I will get the answer to the number of square centimeters of red paper that is left. So in your quiz question, please answer how many square centimeters of red paper is left visible on top after I glued the blue paper on it. And our last problem for this evening says Bryn's kitchen has an area of 81 square feet. The kitchen is 9 times as many square feet as her pantry. If the pantry is 3 feet wide, what is the length of the pantry? What is the length of the pantry? So again, I can use a sketch to help me figure this out. I'm going to draw the kitchen because that is the first place that I got some information about. And it told me that the kitchen is 81 square feet. And I know from experience that pantries are typically not as large as a kitchen, so my pantry is going to be a smaller area. The story problem tells me that the kitchen is 9 times as many square feet as her pantry. So if I know that the kitchen area is equal to 9 times the pantry area, if I know that my kitchen is 81 square feet, that would be equal to 9 times what number? And the answer is 9. So now I know that my pantry is 9 square feet. It gives me some more information. It says if the pantry is 3 feet wide, so I'm going to label this side as 3 feet, what is its length? So for your question, the length of the pantry is how many feet? And make sure for your answer that you include your units of measurement. Please bring back any questions you have to class. We will continue working on these types of word problems in the classroom. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow morning.